Hey guys, Solution back with you. Bringing another little news segment slash update video or whatever you want to call it. Sorry about the title. I'm just kind of in a whatever mood and didn't really have a good creative idea for the title. So I want to talk about three things today. First being is my private pack, the Titan Tech pack. Got some information and some updates for that. Second thing I want to talk about, subserver. And the third and final thing, which is not as big, but just a little piece of information. Okay, first of all, Titan Tech Pack. I am in the process of updating to 1.7.10. You can see here, I got a regular build and I got my test build that I've been playing with for 1.7.10 right there. Of course, using multi-MC because it is so much easier than the other crap to use. So that's moving forward in a great pace. Mistcraft should be out. Basically, the only thing that's holding up progress is Mistcraft. Everything else I think that I want is ready to go. So I hope to update to what I'm going to be calling version 2 very soon. Next part of news about that is I have approached a streamer that's one of my favorite streamers. I've approached him and asked him to start streaming my pack. I haven't heard back from him yet, so I basically just asked him to start streaming my pack in an attempt to start beta testing and start bug testing this for a potential release in the future. So, I know you guys have been asking for it, and I've been basically saying not yet, not ready. Well, getting to the point where I think we can start calling it ready. So up here I got the screen pulled up. This is for the AT launcher. AT launcher would be the method that I would use. This is the submission form that I would have to go through to get it done. So the reason I brought this up is the thing that I'm not happy with right down here may take up to 4 weeks before getting approval. So that's kind of frustrating because it takes up to 4 weeks to get your pack approved. So if I go ahead and submit this through, which there's like a 99.9% chance I will, it may take up to 4 weeks to get approval. So my estimated timeline, basically, I hope to have version 2 out within the next week. And I may even just go ahead and update without Mistcraft and just kind of wing it until Mistcraft. Push version 2 out. I have picked a couple other testers to kind of help me out to make sure the balancing and everything is correct. If that streamer does agree to stream my pack, then he will have a developmental version of the pack to start streaming. And he's really good at tech packs, and he'll find out any issues. Definitely gonna have to do some config work, balancing out with ore generation. So I got some work to do. There's no doubt, and you know what? I accept that work, and it'll be fine. So that's where we're gonna go on. I have picked some new mods that I'm gonna be adding to the pack. Some mods that I'm kind of excited about. So that may be cool, but no spoilers yet. So you'll have to wait for version 2. And once we get to the point, I will do a version 2 update video like I did with the episode 0 of when I first started the Titan Tech Pack series. So I'm going to walk you through this process. So here's your submission form. Here's my submission form. Here's kind of the submission spreadsheet that I would have to fill out. Now, one thing I was worried about is permissions. So that's a big holdup with public pack releases, is getting the permissions. So one cool thing they've done is they have actually went ahead and created a page where they have already got pre-authorization from quite a few mod authors, some big name mod authors, so I wouldn't have to go through and do that painstaking, send the email, ask for permissions, to get permission to distribute to my pack. There's a handful of ones that I would probably have to do for myself, but you know what? If 95% of the work or 90% of the work is done for me, I'll take it. I'll take it every day and twice on Sunday. You know what I mean? But you know, here's kind of the list, and some of the ones that don't have a this one right here is the public pack permission, which is the one I would be working towards. There's just a few of them that I wouldn't be using, like Greg Tech added on. If you guys know, been around my channel around enough, you know how I feel about this right now. It's probably just a stage and it may pass, but there's a few of them that I wouldn't even be using, so it's not that big of a deal. I know Twilight Forest is one of the ones that yeah, Twilight Forest, he has not given up permission to distribute Twilight Forest as far as I can remember, except for the FTV people. So yeah, so there's just a few one. I know Twilight Forest and Thaumcraft. Now I looked through this list just a few minutes ago and I didn't see Thaumcraft on the list, so I just was skimming it very fast because I just found this page about 10 minutes before I started recording. So it looks like Railcraft. Project Red. I thought I saw Project Red somewhere. I thought I saw Project Red somewhere that didn't have it. I had check. But either way, you can kind of look through the list and kind of see Dragon API, which is Rotary Craft and Reactor Craft. He does not have a check, but I saw a Twitter message from Lex Manos retweeting about from Raycat that an update was coming, so maybe we're going to see a release for Rotary Craft sooner than later, which would be cool. But you know, I could get permission from him. But I remember reading on his Minecraft forum something about permissions, so that might be easier than I think it is, at least off the top of my head. But yeah, there's only a handful of ones on here that I saw that would be a problem for me. So basically, it's just going to streamline the process and make it a little bit easier. Witchery, I probably will be adding Witchery to the pack because I hope this pack will go to like an SMP. And Witchery is really only good for SMP. It's really not that fun for single player. So no, I know some people aren't fans of Witchery, but it is kind of a fun once you start getting into the SMP world and you start having little run-ins with other team members. So I think I've pretty much beat that death. Growth Craft will be added to the pack, but as you can see here, it is not. I don't have permission already. So either if I can't get permissions, that'll stay in a dev build, and when I get permission, it'll be added. So who knows? So that's kind of how I'm going to work out the Titan Tech pack. Basically, I'm going to go into version 2, which will be beta. I'm going to start doing the bug testing and start finding any issues with the pack, start doing some balancing. Then I'm going to submit it to AT Launcher for a public release. And then we're going to continue with the cycle of bug test, configure, and then push an update. So I have a few people in mind that I'm going to choose for help me doing bug testing and make sure we're ready to go on future updates. So that's kind of the track for where we're going with the Titan Tech pack. I can't give you a good ETA on when you're going to be able to open the AT Launcher and click download. I can't give you a good ETA because, again, we go back to this up to 4 weeks. So if I was ready in 1 week, if I submit it in 1 week, does that mean it's going to be in 5 weeks? I don't know. So, of course, my whole point of making this video is to try to give you a level of transparency to me so you know exactly what I'm working on. Because I don't sit in the front of the computer and eat bonbons. Usually, I'm always, wheels are turning, ideas are coming out, working on some kind of project, and I'm trying to give you a level of transparency so you always see what I'm working on. So I think I pretty much covered the highlights for the Titan Tech pack, besides going over some mods that will be added, but that we don't need to talk about that. Basically, when it boils down to it, I have agreed to do a public release, and providing everything goes okay, you should maybe have one, maybe by the end of September. So that might be fun. Now I know FTB Unstable is released, and people are using it. I know it's on the build guild, so see how that goes. But hopefully my pack will be a pretty big competition, a little more a techie competition to the FTB Unstable. All right, next, moving on to the subserver information. So I get probably an email or a message or whatever, probably every couple days about doing a subserver. And here's what, and I wrote this guy back last night. He's the one that got me thinking. So I appreciate his email. It was awesome. The reason I have not chose to do a subserver in the past, I mean, I've liked to, but I haven't because I felt like there was going to be some headache to go along with it. So after I wrote that guy back last night, you can go back and see my last message to him and kind of see where I stand. So after thinking about it for a while, I've decided that maybe I should look at it at a new angle, from a new angle. So here's what I'm going to do. I have opened up a Patreon page. You can see I don't have anything up there yet. I don't have any goals, anything like that yet. I will by the end of the week. I sat down and stayed up to about 3 o'clock in the morning with a notepad, just kind of writing down some ideas. So now I just got to get them translated into the page and kind of get it set up. So I'm going to use this Patreon page to basically meet some goals. And one of the first goals that I meet, once I meet, I have not decided on which goal, or how do I put this? I haven't decided what amount yet, but I think it's going to be about the $30 mark. Once I hit about the $20 to $30 mark, I'm going to open up a subserver. So I will be running it. I will get some help from people that I know are already, and Wolf and Authentic are pretty good about maintaining servers, so I'll get some help from them. And we'll have a subserver. So, it's going to probably take about $20 a month to run, somewhere right around there. So that's really, it's not a whole lot to do. So I think we can accomplish it. And then, of course, I'll have some stretch goals, and you can see there. So just check back at the end of the week as far as what we want to do for a subserver. Of course, Patreons that do support me, all you guys know, you're just supporting me. And one of my big commitments that I made when I first started doing YouTube and content creating is that a majority, if not all the money that I took in as far as revenue, that I was going to turn it back and use it back to make the stream better, make the videos better, make them look prettier, sound better, all that stuff. That was going to be my big goals, and I still stand true to that. So you'll see a lot of my goals are geared towards that. One goal I would like to do is I would like to commission an artist to kind of help me out with some artwork. Because every once in a while I could get some decent artwork out, but a lot of times I just don't do as well as I could, or some other people have much more talent than me. Like Wolf is great. So I might commission an artist and use some of the Patreon money to support that artist. So your money would be staying right in the community and continue to support what we do every day. So basically, Patreon's up, and I chose the Nitrous Networks servers people because I believe they have a good history. This will include a Mumble server. So the Mumble server will be equal to however many slot server you have. Another reason that I chose this is that we can do some bucket plugins. So I think I would like to do a townie bucket, so that way we can kind of have an economy and people in subserver can trade and buy goods and sell goods. I think that just kind of adds to the experience, as you can run down to the shop, and if you're pick up some supplies from one of your neighbor or whatever the case may be. And one of the other things that drew me to Nitrous Networks is that these have one-click installs for the AT launcher. So if I'm thinking 6 months down the road that my pack will be up here, then we could do a one-click install and move my pack to the subserver. So you guys could help me out with testing the pack or as it continues to grow. So that's the thing about subserver basically. So I'm agreeing to do it, but I just need you guys to kind of support the server with me, and we'll make it happen basically. Last and final bit of news is I have submitted an application to join a private whitelisted test server for 1.7.10. Now, I'm not going to reveal the name of it yet because I haven't been approved and I don't want to have any influence either way, but it's a pretty well-known server. Of course, it's not Minecraft and it's definitely not Forgecraft, but I would say it's pretty well known after those two. So I submitted it yesterday, so I'm kind of waiting to hear back from that. So if that does get approval, then of course you'll see kind of a new series as I start on an SMP server with some other people doing some testing, which I think would be fun because I would like to network with some other YouTubers and start doing some collaboration builds, kind of network the channel, kind of grow the channel. And it's going to be some new content for you guys, and we get to test some new mods. So that's going to be kind of a fun project too. So like I said, this basically video, all 16, 17 minutes of it is just me trying to be transparent, just trying to give you what's going on in my head, what my direction is, and how I want to handle things. Of course, you guys are always welcome to throw in input. I love to hear you guys' feedback and ideas and suggestions. I love hearing all that because you honestly give me good ideas. You give me good ideas all the time. So check back on the Patreon page, I would say in the next few days or so, or a few days after this video is out if you don't see it on the day of. I will have that updated and kind of going in a good direction. Now the FTV Ultimate server, I'm still going to call that the sub-server for now because I'm still having a blast playing on there. I enjoy hanging out with some of the other guys that are on there. But that server will come to an end eventually. I mean, eventually you're going to get bored with it and we're going to move on to a new pack. And the people that just support me on Patreon will get a pretty significant vote of what we do, what we would change what my sub server, what we would change it to. If we want to change it to a crack pack, if we want to change it to FTB unstable, if you guys want to get your hands in some 1.7 mods. So we can all talk about that down the road once we get there. But you guys are still welcome to come join me on the Ultimate server. We have room. I don't mind adding you to our town whitelist. You can come hang out, come see our bills. If you think you can fix something, all that. If you are an artist and you want to help me out, if you want to lend me a few hours of your time to create some artwork for me, please email me and let me a message, send me a Twitter message, and you and I can connect and kind of give you some ideas and kind of goals. Any of that, it will help. So basically, you guys are driving me, so I'm going to try to continue to make what I can do better. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's not much to look at, just mainly me talking, but hopefully it gave you some information about what's coming up, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.